Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. It's the day after, Chelsea 2, Everton 0. We got the win we most wanted, the 6-pointer, it was there. I mean, no thanks to flipping Leeds United for not getting a result against West Ham. Cheers for that. We'll see you on Saturday. Yeah, Leeds, we'll see you on Saturday. We're going to make them pay for that. We're going to make them pay. Anyway, before we get into today's nitty gritty, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you do enjoy this video. Let's get into today's nitty gritty. Let's start with the main one. I normally leave the main one to the last, but we're going to start with the main one because it is quite an interesting one to hear. Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi is a right back, right wing back, right midfielder, however you want to put it. I mean, he was a right back, then has been moulded into a right wing back because he plays for Antonio Conte. I mean, that is how Antonio Conte functions. We would know. He made Victor Moses look like a flipping best right wing back in the world, which at the time he probably was. But Hakimi has been linked with Chelsea today, and Hakimi with a massive impact for Inter Milan who are absolutely killing it at the moment. But let's dig into the latest about him and then we'll dive into the detail. Here it is. Arsenal and Chelsea are in the race to land Achraf Hakimi this summer following turmoil at Inter Milan. He is seen as a player who could play further up the pitch as a midfielder or a winger. That came from the Telegraph. This is a weird story. It's phrased completely weird because I don't understand. It's saying here that Hakimi is in turmoil at Inter Milan. I'm sorry, that's not what I'm seeing. I mean, I gotta be honest, I would love to come on here and say, yeah, we're getting Hakimi, flipping out. I mean, to be honest, in terms of Chelsea Football Club and where we are right now, we could do with a legit right wing back. You know, someone who is a right wing back and that can rotate with a Reece James, for example, and become an option if Hudson-Odoi is going to be playing a little bit more forward. Well, it'd be nice to have someone there that can work Reece James and keep competition in the team. That would be great. But I don't understand this. Turmoil at Inter Milan. Hakimi's been playing every game. Near enough 90 minutes every game. If you watch Inter Milan, you'd know. Just go and look at all the latest games. You know, if it's not 90 minutes, it's about 85, 84, 75 tops. I mean, he is literally playing every single game, unless he's injured, which he's not. So, I don't understand. Turmoil? I don't get it. I don't get it. However, 22 years old, Moroccan international, could actually be good to try and get the best out of Ziyech because they play together in the Moroccan national team. So, you know, there's a little link there. And such a young boy too, 22 years old, still in his young years, still to be able to reach his prime, has been playing very well for Inter Milan. Inter Milan, who are now 6 points clear at the top of Serie A, are about to go on and win Serie A as far as I'm concerned. AC Milan were playing very well, but took a little dip. Inter Milan have capitalised and near enough won every single game as of late. So there's no stopping Inter at the moment. Hakimi instrumental in that role as right wing back because we know how Antonio Conte likes to play. As I've already said, Conte needs his wing backs. Without wing backs, he's screwed. So, you know, Hakimi is a big part of that team. I don't get where this report has really come from. However, Arsenal and Chelsea in the race for Hakimi, there's only one winner if there is a race. It's not even a race. I mean, to be honest, I'd be surprised if Arsenal could beat us in a race right now with the way that both teams are to land a player. I'd be surprised. If Chelsea come in to a player that Arsenal are interested in, I only see one winner. And I'm not just, you know, saying it because I'm a Chelsea supporter and whatnot. Legit. I mean, the way that Arsenal are at the moment, you look at the project, you look at where is Arsenal heading, you look at Chelsea, the project, where we're heading, there's only one winner. This is how it is. So, you know, I'm sure it's nice that Arsenal, if they have that ambition, that they need the ambition, to be honest, it's the one thing that might actually salvage something with the way that they're going. But now you don't know where that's all going to go next season after, so yeah, they need to, you know, try and find out the direction that they really want to take the club in terms of Arsenal. And going after targets like this, Hakimi, yes, that is going to help you take the club to the next level. So that is a good target to go for. Chelsea, it would be a good signing. I'm not going to lie. Hakimi, absolutely. But is it going to happen? I don't think so. I think this is a story plucked out of thin air. The fact that it says there's turmoil at Inter Milan and he's playing every game, I don't understand. Let's go into a story that we know hasn't been plucked out of thin air, and that is around the everyday man that everyone wants to hear about, Mr. Erling Haaland. Yes, what is the latest with Haaland? Here it is. Chelsea believe they can do a deal for Erling Haaland and lure him to Stamford Bridge. Sources close to Haaland will not express a preference for his next club. That came from Mark Ogden. Mark Ogden being a journalist for ESPN, he wrote an entire piece on this in regards to all the clubs that are interested in Erling Haaland, and there's a lot of them. If you go into the article, you'll see Manchester City mentioned, Man United mentioned, Liverpool mentioned, Chelsea mentioned, Real Madrid mentioned, Bayern Munich mentioned. There's a whole list. You go into the article, you can pluck it out for yourselves. But it's clear this is something that I can relate to. There was a story at the end of last week, if you remember, Erling Haaland being mentioned that there's a thing that says apparently he's thinking this and he's thinking that. There's one report from Bild that he doesn't want to come to Chelsea because they're not one of the top clubs, and it's like, well, how the hell have you decided that out? The other one saying that, he's thinking that Chelsea would be a good move. I mean, how the hell do you know what he's thinking? There's no clarification. This is better. This is something I look at and I go, okay, that's cool to know. Nice one. There's no preference. There's no specific preference for his next club, especially at this stage. I'm sure he's focused on Dortmund. He's focused on the Champions League. He's focused on the Bundesliga. He's focused on his job at the moment and not really worrying about what club he wants to join. I'm sure that is his mindset at the moment. However, there is business to be done, and it is going to come down to which club can pay the most money, as far as I'm concerned, and which club are more comfortable at having to pay a lump sum for a player like Erling Haaland, because he will not come cheap. He will not come in a deal where it's all done in installments. I don't believe that's going to be the factor. Borussia Dortmund are going to be like, look, you want him? You pay this money now. And it's a lot of money. I think there's only a select few of clubs that have the capabilities to do that. You look at Manchester City, you think that they can do that. Depends if they're still going to go in for Lionel Messi. I don't think they're going to do that, but if they do, then they can't get Haaland, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But there's that. Chelsea Football Club, we know we are going to go in for Haaland. That's already been said as an exclusive. That's already been mentioned by literally every top reliable Chelsea journalist, saying Chelsea will be pursuing Haaland in the summer. They will be going after this guy. So Roman, I'm sure, has the check ready, the pen ready, everything ready there, waiting for the summer window to hit. So we'll see what happens. Man United, you could argue, could try and pluck out that much money. They can try. They can try. Liverpool, I don't think so. I don't think Liverpool have the capabilities to do that. Not at the moment anyway. Especially in the fact that they might miss out on Champions League football, let alone European football altogether. They might just not be playing in Europe next season, which is crazy, but that's the factor. Erling Haaland will want to be joining a Champions League team. Real Madrid, we know go after big players, but do they have the financial situation to be able to back them up? Do they have the money? We know they're a rich club, but in terms of available budget, right there to go into and get a player for that much money, especially the situation we're all in. Real Madrid don't have an owner, remember, they're owned by the fans, so you gotta really try and study how everything is done at Real Madrid. Do they have the money to go after someone like this? I'm not sure they do. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to it. But Erling Haaland, apparently right now, sources close to him saying there's no preference for his next club. Is what I think is the truth, to be honest. That is exactly where I think his head is at the moment. It's going to be down to Chelsea to try and just, tempt him, to try and come up with the best offer, to deal with Mino Raiola, to try and build that relationship, to try and sell the project, sell Thomas Tuchel, sell London, sell everything that's in our favour to try and get him. And I do truly believe we have a lot of advantages that can attract Erling Haaland to come and join Chelsea Football Club. We'll see when it comes to it. Now, story number 3 is in relation to a position where we do need to bolster. And we need to bolster in order to try and fix the imbalances that we've had. Although Thomas Tuchel has done a very good job at somehow curing this situation, which I didn't think was possible, but he's done it. I'm talking about the midfield situation, centre mid, defensive mid, where we don't really know what's best. Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right now, it seems like any combination works. Under Thomas Tuchel, it works, so that's great. But I think realistically, especially if we're going to be using N'Golo Kante a lot more, once we've really gotten around the corner of his fitness and preventing any injuries, which is what Tuchel's trying to do now. He's trying to protect him and really try and ooze him back into his game. I can understand why that's being done, but I think Kante is going to be a player that we really rely on. And for Kante to be at his best, he needs to have a player next to him who can go forward and pick out a pass, much like we could see Fabregas doing, if you remember. Someone in that role, but someone not just relying on that as their only trait. Someone that can come back, defend, be a bit of a tank, be a bit of a beast, and protect Kante as well as aid him. That way, if we are caught on a transition, we have two beasts, two tanks that can take off the ball of pretty much everybody in world football. This is the player we are now linked with. Check it out. Real Madrid and Chelsea are among the teams that are interested in signing midfielder Franck Kessie from AC Milan, according to Sport Mediasat. Now, it's not the best link in the world, I'm not going to lie, Sport Mediasat, but I saw this and I thought, this is a player that some of you have mentioned in my comment section over some videos recently, and I've seen the name pop up, Franck Kessie, and I know Kessie. I've watched AC Milan, and I know what he's capable of. 24 years old, Ivorian, that's already a good thing. We've had a great history of African footballers. We've had a fantastic history with them. They've been sublime. Every single one that's played for Chelsea has been perfect. You know, Didier Drogba, Michael Essien, John Obi Mikel, Solomon Kalou, Jeremy. Every African footballer that comes in does a job. There's just no failure. So I look at this at 24 years old and I can see why we would be attracted to this guy, why we would be interested in him. However, there is one element there that's sitting at the back of my head and where I'm a little bit uneasy. If we look at Franck Kessie, Kessie is someone who is a beast. He's a beast. He will take the ball of anybody. If you look at AC Milan, go and watch Kessie play. He gets the ball of anyone of any size, of any stature. He will win the ball off him. It's crazy. It's like N'Golo Kante, except Kessie is 6 foot tall. He is a bit of a tank. He has that grit to his game. And he is someone that will power literally anyone off that ball. And that's great to see. He is someone that can fit Thomas Tuchel's game as well in terms of diagonal passes, balls over the top. He is someone that has that as a trait. The one thing where I don't really see it is his goal scoring in terms of taking shots from distance perhaps, and that through ball, that killer ball to try and get a pass through into our strikers or our front men in order to create a chance. Someone that has that creative mind and vision to pick out a pass. The good thing about Kessie is he is a technical baller. He is someone that on the ball at close feet, is a good dribbler and someone that can get in and out of players. That's great. But that final pass, that final product, I don't think he is the key to that. We need someone who is going to be alongside a Kante, for example, who is physical and of a good defensive nature, but is someone that can take the ball, drive and aid the attack. Someone that can pick out that final pass. Someone that can see where to send that through ball and to open up spaces for our strikers and frontmen to run into. We need that. We don't have that. Fabregas type is exactly what this Chelsea team needs going forward. Most importantly, a midfielder that can take a shot from distance as well. If they're closed up and they can't pick out that pass, they can't pick out that through ball, someone that can hit them from distance. We need that. So Kessie, top midfielder, top footballer as far as I'm concerned. Not the complete midfielder that I think Chelsea needs though. And he possesses a lot of traits. I think defensively we'd be even better with Kessie in the team, not gonna lie. Him alongside Kante, no one's getting past, which might actually help. But we need a midfielder there, and I don't know if it's going to be anyone that we actually have at the moment. Is Mason Mount going to become that footballer? We don't know. Is Kai Havertz, Ziyech going to be that player? We don't know. That could be the answer. Maybe the answer is already at the club. Time will tell though, we'll see what happens. But if we are going to be relying on someone that is more defensively minded, who can come in and sit next to Kante and be a tank, Kessie is the guy to get, that's for sure. It just depends what Thomas Tuchel wants and what Chelsea Football Club wants and what's best for the team right now in terms of what we are missing. So we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in regards to Hakimi. Do you think that's legit? Do you think it's going to happen? Let me know. Erling Haaland and the fact that there's no preference right now in his head, which is a good thing. Let me know what you think. And let me know about Kessie. Do you think he would be an answer to our midfield issue at the moment? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you did enjoy this video. Much appreciated. It does help me out a lot. So thank you so much. I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care. And peace.